Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Lionel Nditebirie. I work at the Pan-African Review. 30 years ago, you were already the target of criticism coming from beyond the borders of Rwanda.
When 30 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm still taking the criticism.
Yes, that was my question. What was it then, and what is it now that is driving that criticism, and what can the new generation of Rwanda learn from the way you handled it?
Well, it's hard to tell, but also not. I shouldn't exaggerate. It isn't too difficult. Is there anybody in the world who would not be criticized, or who is not criticized at one time or another? I don't think. And it depends on the interests, or even the views of those who are criticizing you, about you, their views, their whatever interests, or if you. But it also means you are actually somebody. If you have to be criticized, somebody who is nobody want to be criticized because they're criticizing you for something that in one way they associate with, but would want it different. That is one possibility. The other is what either you are thinking, or your actions, or you are a danger to them. In other words, it's like they deprive them of something. For example, if we two of us, I'm telling you, say, you know what, let's do this. Or you are telling me, let's do this, so that we are not dependent on the other one. And the other one actually wants you to be dependent on them. They will not be happy that you are trying to be independent. So they will attack you for wanting to be independent, because they don't want you to be independent from them. And there are many tactics, there are many ways of doing that. They may not tell you directly that, because it looks ridiculous that they are attacking you for wanting to be independent. So they just find ways of creating a bad name for you, so that works against you, and it's not seen that they are the ones working against you. What is working against you is what they have created about you, the image. They make it look happen like that, and absolves them the responsibility of attacking you or criticizing you. So it's like, you see, it's like that. At a higher level, like in our case, there are, we touched a bit of history and said, what has been happening in Rwanda. Let's talk about genocide alone. It happened because the country was divided. The colonial times brought in the kind of politics and shaped Rwanda like that and so on. And then anyway, ultimately genocide happened. So when you tell the story, actually the way it was, from colonialism and then up to the time of genocide, those who are responsible for the colonial times don't like it. And when you say they are associated with the genocide or the cause of it, they are not happy with you. Now, simple thing, for example, one of the things they do, and a simple one, they want to keep attacking you like you are a violator of human rights, no freedoms, no democracy, blah, 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 blah. By doing that, it's like they are saying, you see, what happened in Rwanda actually is not anything to do with the outside. Rwandans have been killing each other. You see, the genocide was this, killing this. So, and then they turn, that's the story of turning the victim into a perpetrator. You have seen how many times they are out there saying, accusing RDF, accusing Rwanda, the security. I was reading something the other day saying, you have seen this consortium of journalists, what they are saying, that Rwanda has spies all over the world, killing their opponents, everywhere, in the whole world. So it's like they keep saying this about Rwanda. Rwanda is just a bunch of killers, not only that, they killed each other, now they are killing opponents. Now, you see, that when you get lost in that story, there is no outside blame. The outside blame disappears. Even the UN that was here that did nothing to stop genocide, or the whole world that watched and did nothing about genocide, ends up being absolved. It's now Rwanda. It's Rwanda, the victims, the perpetrators, they change positions. It's the outside world. Well, even journalists who were busy actually orchestrating genocide and supporting genociders, and they are the ones now who are spinning this story like those ones. Yes, because of their interests, their association, the way they want to shape the story of Rwanda, the narrative of Rwanda, the way they want. You see? So you now, if you are weak, if Rwanda is weak, it's going to succumb to, and even be apologetic, and or they shape it the way they want. They promote people, and you can see when they are saying, these are the people like the Ingabire is like the, somebody Ingabire, this small woman of a genocidaire, But they want the whole world to believe that she's an opponent, she's... actually, they would wish that one to be the president of Rwanda. And she also believes it. Yes. So she believes it, and she's everywhere giving lectures, and But this is, it's not Rwandan. This is not a Rwandan who believes this story. But the outsiders, these journalists, these ones who go to, what do they call it? Forbidden stories. It is forbidden to be talking about Ingabire. I'm actually sort of going to be blamed for it. You will see it. So, you young people who are in this kind of thing, because influencers are You hold opinion. You hold opinions for a reason. You are part of the social political fabric of this country. So if you don't grasp that easily, I'm sure maybe among you or somewhere else there are people who are operating the opposite of how you are doing it. Yes, so they must be having a reason, either of their own or being used by others. So constantly we've got to be aware, we have got to be, but we also got to have what we want for ourselves. And we should not be apologetic about it. You check any time, any day, I've never been apologetic for what RPF is doing, what Rwanda wants, what I am doing with these people who abuse, criticize, and even in high offices. They are somewhere outside in the world. They, you meet somebody, they say, yeah, why in Rwanda, why you are doing this? You say, what? You say, what evidence do you have? They said, but so and so said this. They are talking about one of the influencers somewhere out there whom they are at the same time using, and then they are quoting that one as evidence. So this is a world you must really try and learn to be sophisticated, at least in understanding the nuances of these things and the world we live in.